the biggest fake news I've seen today is that Kent State invited you, a CNN reporter, to come preach ethics of journalism to a bunch of journalist students.
Are you pushing a narrative or are you covering a story?
Well, here's what I want to say. If, in fact, you guys aren't pushing a narrative that Trump colluded with the Russians, can I just get you to say Trump didn't collude with the Russians as far as evidence
So
has
you're
shown?
engaging in stunts, and I respect that. I think it's a clever stunt. However, I'm a media reporter. I don't know what is going to be found. I think there's a hell of a lot of smoke, and I think we should all be frightened about that as Americans. A lot of smoke, but no, the fire has not been fully found yet. That is why the federal government is investigating.
Okay, so how many years is it going to take for CNN to issue a retraction that Trump didn't collude with the Russians?
Again, you're making that mistake of assigning CNN when in fact it's the Justice Department that is ongoing with an investigation. You should, I think it would be fun for you to stake out Robert Mueller's office.
Well, CNN has said
Have you tried
and
that? That
alluded
actually
to
be really good TV.
CNN has alluded to there being a mountain of evidence on Trump, that there was Russian collusion,
When
and
you say
yet
CNN, who are you talking about?
I'm talking about CNN and many of their
CNN
reporters
employs
like you.
thousands of people. Are you talking about a particular show or anchor or reporter?
Yeah, I'm talking about Chris Cuomo, you. I mean,
so what has Cuomo done that you're saying is wrong?
I'm talking about how you guys have essentially been claiming for years now that Trump has colluded with the Russians, and yet we
you
still
find a
don't
quote
have
where I've said
evidence
that?
coming out yet.
She said CNN.
So I think you should go to transcripts.cnn.com. Look at the transcripts of my show. Try to find an example of me saying, quote, Trump colluded with the Russians. You're not going to find it because I've never said it. I don't know.
She's
if it's
asking
true.
on behalf of CNN.
so-
Are you willing
so-
to
Well, I'm not
retract
a-
that?
I'm not a spoke.
Okay,
Sure,
so
yeah,
you're,
just give me a minute.
You're
I-
retracting that then, essentially. You're saying that
I'm
you've
not
never
a-
said that he's colluded with the Russians.
I'm not a spokesman for CNN, and I can't retract something that I haven't said before.
Okay.
What I've said on the air is that there's a lot of smoke, and that someone should find the fire. And that's what federal investigators are doing. And I think your objection is actually to the federal investigation of the alleged criminal conspiracy. So I think that would be a great stakeout.
Do you get mad at
Bill
Mark
Barr,
Dice often?
Robert Mueller, what's that?
Do you get mad at Mark Dice often?
I don't.
Why'd you block him?
So, I think.
And then complain to Jack, the CEO of Twitter, that he was bullying you.
When did I complain to Jack?
I saw you complain to Jack
Where?
on Twitter.
When?
If you want to say one thing to Mark Dice, what would it be?
I don't know Mark Dice.
So you don't know who Mark Dice is.
I didn't say that. I said I don't know Mark Dice personally.
If you had to say
I've
one
watched
thing
a couple-
to him, what would it be?
So again, very clever stunt. I love the game. I think you're very good at the game. So I respect the player. I also respect his funny videos. I've watched a couple of them. I'm sure he'll dub this one also. It's funny. It's not journalism. I don't care much about it, but it's funny. Yeah.
You don't want to say anything to him?
I'm not sure what you're getting at.
You want to say like hi, or you want to give him a little shout out?
I think he's going to get pretty bored of me pretty soon, so I'm not that interested.
Okay, thank you. Yep, fair.
All right.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
guys.
I'll
Nice
shake
to
your
meet
hand.
you.
Thank
Thank
you,
you.
Brian.
Nice to meet you. Thank you for the questions.
Thank you.
I want you to have a little bit more of an open mind about CNN. We're not all evil people.
I'm sorry, but there have been so many instances of fake news with CNN that, you know, my open mind has been convicted that CNN is not a trustworthy news source. I mean, you guys say you're the most
Read my
trusted
newsletter
source in
tonight.
news. Well, you're the most
Read my
fake
newsletter
source in
tonight and
news.
Try to find anything inaccurate.
I think it's
And then
quite-
email me tomorrow. I'm bstelter@gmail.
I think the biggest fake news I've seen today is that Kent State invited you, a CNN reporter, to come preach ethics of journalism to a bunch of journalist students.
Did I preach? I hope I didn't preach.
You did.
But anyway,
preached
all right.
ethics.
You preached 11 points.
Yes.
Hey, you
I
listen!
wish it would be nice if you practiced what you preached.
Hey, I always want to get better. Do you always want to keep improving?
Yes, I do
I
want
always
to keep
wanna keep
improving,
improving.
but I'm not admitting I'm perfect. I know InfoWars doesn't admit they're perfect, but I don't think that InfoWars
We're
should be
perfect.
banned by essentially having to make retractions every once in a while, just like
You gotta
CNN has
stake out
done
Zuckerberg's
multiple
house.
times.
You got to stake out Zuckerberg's house. Where's Zuck? You got to stake him out.
Yeah, but don't
That's
you
our
think-
next plan.
Don't you think, as a fellow
Stake out Jack.
journalist, you know, CNN has been pushing, I know Jim Acosta especially has been pushing the hashtag free press because of Trump's criticism of CNN and of its reporters. Now, don't you think that that defense should also be covered in, you know, alternative journalists? Because after all, these alternative journalists and reporting sites like InfoWars only exist because of the lack of credibility of mainstream media outlets like CNN. So essentially, your guys' bad reporting has created alternative news media as to how big it is today.
What's the question?
My question is, do you guys see the correlation here that you guys are responsible for creating alternative news sites'
I think it's
popularity
good. I think
by being fake news?
Let a thousand flowers blossom, right? I'm only here today because I was able to learn HTML and make a website. So you're never going to hear me disagree. Everybody should be able to make a website and compete in the court of public opinion.
Unless they're
Your
conservatives and then
objection
you
is
ask them to be
Facebook.
banned.
I've never asked for anybody to be banned.
You
but
wanted
your
Trump
objection-
suspended off Twitter.
So will
No,
you
I
say,
did not.
will you
See,
say
once
free
again,
Alex Jones?
that's interesting. I've really got to go write my newsletter,
Will
but
you
that's
say
an interesting
free Alex
comment.
Jones?
No, but hold on, let me take that.
Come on,
let
say
me just
free
take
I triggered him. He wants the
This is gonna
answer.
be really interesting. So,
Free Alex
one
Jones.
night on Anderson's show,
Let's hear it.
I said, when Trump is making threats on Twitter, this is
What
an
threat?
issue for Twitter. He threatened North Korea on January
He did
2nd.
not.
Last year. And so on that day, what I said was, Twitter's facing questions about what it's going to do. You interpret that as me urging Twitter to ban him. That's bull. And
No, you know what you were trying to do. You know exactly what you were trying to do. You just said that he was threatening North Korea.
Correct. I don't know what
And then
Twitter
you
should do
say
about it.
Twitter, this is a violation of
How is
your
asking questions any
services.
different than what you're doing asking questions?
I am not saying you threatened somebody.
Okay. You've already made some pretty weird claims against me earlier, but that's okay. Asking
Are you
questions-
threatened by me?
No, I'm not.
So if you're
Asking
admitting
questions,
that what
asking
the InfoWars
questions is not
reporter
the
is
same.
doing is no different than you. Why should this InfoWars, news
I'm not
outlet be
saying it
banned?
should. I'm not
but
saying it
CNN
should.
Perfect. He's not saying that it should be
I'm not saying
banned.
it should
Can
or
you
shouldn't.
say free Alex
It's not up to
Jones
me
for
to
us?
say. It's up
Say
to Mark
free Alex
Zuckerberg.
Jones.
Let's hear it.
Here, let's hear. You support ethical journalism. That means no censorship for any type of journalist outlet. Say it. Free Alex Jones. Say you support the uncensorship of Alex Jones. Say it for everyone to hear.
It's a very good stunt.
Free Alex
I
Jones.
give you credit for
Say
trying.
free InfoWars.
I respect the game. I respect the
Can you
play.
say free News Wars?
I gotta go write my newsletter.
Who doesn't believe in free speech?
All right.
That's a good way to end.
That's,
really clever.
Yep. I mean, if you
really
can't say
clever.
it, I would say free CNN, even though I think you guys are the most fake news there is out there.
If you go and stake out Facebook and get them to answer,
The pendulum will swing.
send
one
me the
day.
link. Email me the link.
I said this to Jim
That's the
Acosta when I
story.
ran into him
These
last
tech
time.
companies.
The pendulum will swing one day, and CNN will be the one being banned from different social media sites and platforms. And then when you guys come crying about the censorship, there's not going to be other people who actually do believe in free speech, like InfoWars, to come out and defend you. Because InfoWars would defend your right to speech, even though we utterly disagree with you.
I got you.
It's time to show them what a real alpha male looks like with one of our most powerful products ever made, Alpha Power, at 50% off. As you age, your body can lose testosterone over time. With the incredible ingredients in this formula, we can help you beat the test of time and assist in restoring that lost energy and mood that comes with time and age. Alpha Power's incredible ingredients can help you boost your sports performance or enhance your day-to-day life with ease while encouraging hormonal balance. Perfect by itself or with super male vitality in the true Alpha Male Pack. Alpha Power can help boost performance, help maintain normal testosterone levels, support healthy cholesterol, and more. Let Alpha Power help bring you to the peak of your optimal health. Don't fall short on energy in the fight against tyranny. Show the world what a true alpha male looks like today with Alpha Power at 50% off, only at the InfoWars store.